Alright, man, what's good? It's your boy Darien. Be back with another video, and today I'm watching JxmyHighroller. I've changed my mind on this debate, man. Let's see what he's talking about, bro.
After years of judging, critiquing, hating on some of your hot takes, today I'm gonna share some of mine. It is only fair, after all, that if I put others' opinions up for debate, contention, ridicule, that I do the same for myself. Because like you, I too am just...
You just see what this man just said? Look at this take, bro. He said John Stockton is better than LeBron, D-Wade, and Steph Curry. Hey, man, whatever job he got, he should be fired, bro.
I too am just a guy who has a
He
few
should have
takes
0
and
followers
opinions
on
that
Twitter,
I
bro.
wouldn't dare say out loud in fear of having my ball knowledge put into question. But today, I'm gonna do just that. So here are my NBA hot takes.
Alright, NBA hot takes. NBA hot takes, man. I don't know if I have any hot takes right now. I really haven't been paying attention just because the Celtics already clinched the 1 seed, so I'm waiting on the playoffs, honestly. But Celtics about to get a ring this year, man. I guess that's my hot take. Celtics winning the ring, man. That's all I want to see.
Today's video is sponsored by
Shout out DraftKings, but
all picks Kings pick using more
I'm out of here.
shot money with promo code JxmyHighroller. Pick 6 credits. At DraftKings video, I thought about some...
Alright.
In preparation for this video, I thought about some of the opinions I've had over the years about players, teams, eras, opinions that I know are probably subjective and completely false, but I usually try to stay as objective and non-biased as I can. Do my research, refer to film, gather consensus when necessary. But in this video, I'm doing none of that, and instead sharing with y'all 5 of my NBA hot takes.
Alright, let's get to it.
My first hot take is kind of hard to admit. I almost don't even want to say it out loud, but I'm going to. Tim Duncan has become overrated. Now, before you bring...
Tim Duncan overrated? How? I'm letting continue.
When Tim Duncan was playing, there were maybe a few seasons throughout his 19-year career where he was considered the best player in the world. No one ever thought he was better than Shaq in his prime. Many fans at the time argued that KG had a higher peak than him, although I would disagree with this. And in the moment, for a good decade or so, you would be in the minority if you thought Tim Duncan was a better basketball player than Kobe Bryant. By the time Duncan retired, he was very...
When does anyone ever rank Tim Duncan above Kobe? I don't think anyone ever actually ranks him above Kobe or Shaq. So how's he overrated? I mean, he's saying stuff that's like obvious. I don't know.
Underrated. Most fans had him somewhere around 15th, maybe just outside the
15th
top 10
all time
players of all time. But miraculously, over the past 5 years or so, Timmy has creeped from 15th to 13th to top 10 to where he probably should be, somewhere around 7, to now all the way within people's top 5, even top 3 players ever. And this is...
Who has said this? I don't know, maybe Jimmy getting like all the crazy people, like he has such a big fan base that maybe he sees dumb stuff like this. But look, I'm gonna look at this list. All right. He's not better than Jordan, not better than LeBron, not better than Kareem, not higher than Magic, not higher than Kobe, not higher than Shaq. Maybe Larry Bird. Like he should probably be in this area. Like 7, like maybe like 8, like 7 or 8. When they get to Larry Bird and Bill Russell, that's when it's like okay then. But all these people right here, Shaq, Kobe, Magic, Kareem, LeBron, Jordan. He's not better than them.
This isn't just a small community of Tim Duncan advocates pushing this propaganda. I'm seeing Duncan floating anywhere from top 5 to top 3.
Yeah, he did getting all the dumb comments, bro. Cause what? 4th?
All time for a lot of fans these days.
I got him 3.
Even people claiming he may just be the greatest basketball player of all time. Guys, Tim Duncan was incredible. The best power forward of all time. He is not
these
one
are the
of the
dummies,
5
bro.
greatest players ever, let alone the GOAT. And I think what's probably happening here is younger, or maybe newer fans of the NBA are looking at his accolades and accomplishments and comparing them side by side to other greats and saying, wow, this guy really did a lot, and his resume is better than just about anyone ever. But if you watched Duncan's career unfold in real time, you would have felt the impact he had on the league and on the Spurs, but you would have also felt the massive role that the Spurs system and Popovich's coaching excellence played.
That's true, bro. Tim Duncan would have been great regardless, bro, but like, he got put in one of the best situations he possibly could be put in. Like, literally his rookie season, he already had David Robinson. Like, come on now. Like, you don't have a top 3 big man at the time all the way on your team, and then you come in, you're instantly a top, like, you have 2 of the best big men in your first 2 years, and you have one, like, the greatest coach of all time. But Tim Duncan would have been good regardless, but like, his situation was basically perfect, bro. Like,
on Duncan, he was unbelievably consistent. He was a defensive juggernaut. He was a leader. But Duncan was also the beneficiary of the most competent organization in the league that prioritized team ball and continuity. From Hall of Fame teammates he played with for the majority of his career to all-time greats that played big roles in helping the Spurs win championships, Duncan was always surrounded by winning culture and winning teammates.
Yeah, put in an amazing situation.
On him. In fact, he was a big reason why the Spurs were so cohesive. But only in retrospect would you look at his laundry list of accomplishments and neglect all of the details that came with it. For many years, the Spurs as a team and organization were seen as this staple of excellence more than Tim.
Nah, bro. What? I think I seen something crazy. It was like the Spurs were over like 50 wins for like 10 years straight or something like that. I don't know the exact stat, but I had seen something like that. It was like the Spurs were a 50 win team for literally like 10 years straight, which is like nuts, bro. Like, imagine just being that successful all the time.
Was as an individual. It wasn't Duncan and the Spurs. It was just the Spurs. They were one and the same. Not this pretty good team with a fantastically great player on it. But if you just look at his resume, you wouldn't know that. You could argue Duncan had maybe a top 3 career in NBA history, but as a player, he's just not on the same tier as Jordan or LeBron or Kareem. I don't know how after he retired, he has slowly crept past
8th, 9th, 10th, 8th, 10th. Bro, look at these lists though. Like, they literally have them all 4th. If you think Tim Duncan's better than Shaq, I don't know what to say to you, bro. Honestly, don't know what to say.
And even Magic for some people. Duncan is one of
my
all-time favorites.
If Shaq is better than, if Tim Duncan is better than Kareem to you, I don't know what to say to you. Like, if he's better, like, come on now. I don't think Tim Duncan is even better than Hakeem Olajuwon? That's the real debate. Is he better than Hakeem Olajuwon? Like,
favorite players.
You feel me?
But he is
I don't even know,
a
bro.
top 5 player in NBA history. And it's odd to see a player who was so underrated for so many years become slightly overrated today. Now, I'd like to think of myself as sort of a board member, an executive within the organization of LeBron fans and Glazers. So this next take pains me to say, but LeBron has sabotaged many good situations throughout his time in the NBA, and his career as a whole has suffered because of it.
LeBron sabotage? What? What do you mean LeBron sabotage? Sabotage what? You talking about his GM tendencies where he makes the team in quotations? What is he talking about?
We all know that LeBron has been held back by some bad front offices, selfish teammates, terrible roster, bad front offices, selfish teammates, terrible roster constructions. But what doesn't get talked about enough is how he has gone out of his way to try to make good situations better and has inadvertently ended up just ruining things for himself in the process. Like in 2014, when he decided to sign with the Cavs instead of staying with the Heat. Why did he do that? Well, we all know why.
He's trying to get a ring for the city, bro. What you mean? What you mean, bro? He's trying to get a ring. He's trying to get a ring for the city, bro. He accomplished his job, but like, you feel me?
Cavaliers had the cap space and a budding young star in Kyrie Irving to help reel Bron back to Cleveland. This decision eventually led to a championship, but what if he just stayed with the Heat? With Pat Riley and Spoelstra, where there's culture and accountability, I imagine his career would have played out even better considering where the Heat are today. Or what about when the Cavs went to back-to-back finals in 2016 and 2017, but since LeBron didn't feel they had enough to win it all, he orchestrated an entire implosion of their roster.
Nah, it did. The whole roster really
Which
was
ended up
different
being
though.
vastly worse, and then just left them again once things were beyond repair. Or most recently, when the Lakers won a championship in 2020, and instead of reloading with the same roster, the Lakers returned with a whole new team.
Is this really LeBron's fault though? Does he make the roster for real? Like, is GM a real thing, bro?
Just 2 seasons later, these decisions do not happen without LeBron's okay. Throughout his career, he has been so quick to want more, want something better, and he can't wait around for it to happen organically, so he tries to force these things to happen. And when it doesn't work out, which it hasn't worked out a lot, the organization, the coaching staff, and even his own teammates end up taking the fall. As great as he is, LeBron has tried to play GM way too often in his career. And when he can't, or he's out of options, he just moves on to the next new shiny thing. If he just stayed with the Heat, or stayed with the Cavs, or allowed...
Y'all believe this, bro? Oh no, man. I'm too much of a LeBron stan, bro. He don't make the team, bro. He don't make the team, bro. Well, why would he want all them people to leave after he just won a chip? Like bringing up Lakers 2020. Like, why would he change all of that himself after they just won that championship? That don't make sense to me. I don't know. That just don't make sense to me.
Allowed rosters to build chemistry and young players to develop naturally over time. I think his career and the perception of it would probably be better right now. LeBron has willed his way to some of the greatest feats the sport has ever seen, but he has also sabotaged a lot of good things along the way. Now, here's a hot take for you, and I don't care if I'm wrong.
All right, so I got a question. So, if LeBron stayed on the Heat, does he have more than 4 rings? Does he have like 5 or 6? Honestly, don't know, bro. I don't know. Like, look at where the Heat was at when he left. They had 2014. So Chris Bosh. I think Chris Bosh was about to retire. D Wade was about to retire. Well, D Wade was getting old. Chris Bosh was like had his heart problems. They probably would have had like a. They wouldn't have got Jimmy Butler. They most probably wouldn't have got Bam. Like, I don't know. You can't just say if he stayed with the Heat, he wins more. Like, I don't know. I don't agree with that one.
The corner 3 is not the easiest 3-point shot. For years, everyone has said the corner 3 is easier than any 3-pointer, and so there's an advantage to be had there if you use them right. I wholeheartedly disagree. In the NBA, sure, the corner 3 is shorter than on the wing or at the top of the key, but if you play ball, you know this shot is as scuffed.
Yeah, nah. I was about to say that, bro. In real life, bro, a corner 3 is actually like, I don't know what it is about it. It's like the rim seems smaller when you in that corner. When you shoot from the corner opposed to the top of the key or something. Like the rim seems smaller. I don't know what it is or why that is, but like I get what he's saying, low key though. Like that corner 3 be scary because you got to get that bit perfect. You feel me? You got to get that bit perfect, or it's most likely gonna miss. So.
Scuffed as it gets. When you're looking at the hoop straight on, you just have a wider margin of error. You can shoot long and bank it in. You have a better perception of depth since you're looking at the backboard. It may just be psychological, but whatever it is, you cannot convince me that this shot is easier than this shot. According to NBA.com, this season the league as a whole is shooting 39% from corner 3s.
So everybody does shoot better from the corner. So I guess it is technically easier, but I don't know.
Break, teams
I don't be seeming
like
36.1%
on average. Now, that's a substantial difference in efficiency from these 2 different shooting zones, and it would lead you to believe the corner 3 is easier. But I think shooting percentage is higher on corner 3s than 3s above the break for 2 reasons. One, the best shooters in the league, the guys who are on NBA rosters to drill a few 3s a game, usually spend the most time in the corner. And since most players who set up shop
yeah, I think he's right. Yeah, he's right about that. Like all like the sharpshooter people, like Sam Hauser and like Robinson and like people like that, and like yeah, like Keegan Murray and all them. Like yeah, they sit in the corner just because you can't leave them in the corner or else it's over with. So okay.
In the corner are sharpshooters. The overall efficiency from corner threes is boosted compared to on the wing or at the top of the key. And reason number 2, a lot of threes taken above the break are pulled up off of dribbles. Players flying off of screens trying to square up and get a good shot
Corner
off.
threes are
And
more
many times
open.
the players attempting these kinds of threes are the best player on their team, but not the best shooters. On the other hand, corner threes are almost exclusively set shots coming off of passes to a wide open man. The very nature of offenses in the NBA makes these corner threes easier than any other threes because plays are often drawn up to get open looks from here from the best shooters in the world shooting set shots.
That defense was crazy, LeBron. Man literally just stared at him
with no one contesting. Corner threes, especially those real deep ones where you feel like you're behind the backboard, are not easier than any other three-pointer. Now I know I'm gonna catch some flack for this next take, and that's okay, because in a redraft of every player in NBA history,
I would choose Wemby first overall. You're picking Wemby over LeBron. Let's see.
After their rookie season, I would pick Victor Wembanyama first overall. You might say this is just recency bias, you may think I'm crazy, and you're probably right. But Wemby would be my first pick.
You're picking Wemby over Jokic. You're picking Wemby over Shaq. I don't know
his
about
progression, his poise, his confidence, his skill set, his potential. If you lined up every great player since the inception of the NBA, and if we're just going off of what we've seen from them in their rookie season, I would pick the kid in San Antonio. Now, my answer may be different if I were to pick anyone before they played in an NBA game. Maybe it's LeBron or Kareem, but based on what we know so far, give me the 7'4" alien. Wemby can do everything on the
Nah, Wemby is like, bro. No one will be surprised if the Spurs are in the finals in about 3 or 4 years. Not gonna lie, no one will be surprised. No one will be surprised if he wins the MVP in about 3 years, 2-3 years. Like, he's that good, bro. He's honestly that good, and it's gonna be a scary sight, bro. As soon as the Spurs get their team right and build like completely around him and get all the pieces out that's messing up, it's gonna be a scary sight, bro. So for everybody in the West, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for y'all, bro, because
he's got the offensive skills,
the
defensive ability, and willingness. From what has been said about him, he is like a sponge with information. He's learning exceptionally fast on the court. And I think what's just as impressive as his physical tools, the kid is not afraid of the moment. He isn't timid, he can talk trash and take it too. He's got heart, and you can tell he really loves the game. Now, I think some players who are up there with him for the first overall pick in a redraft post-rookie season might be Shaq, Kareem, MJ. Duncan was incredible as a rookie, maybe Hakeem. Overall, their numbers are about equally as impressive. But
this man is averaging 3.5 blocks, 1.2 steals, 4 assists. Damn.
The thing that stands out about Victor is that he's doing this at 19, 20 years old on a minutes restriction. He's already an elite two-way player, possibly even the best defensive player in the entire league. And he has the advantage of playing in an era where he is allowed to develop a well-rounded offensive game from the post all the way out to the perimeter, something that Shaq, Hakeem, and Kareem never had. The improvements he's made from his first game this season to now are already so massive that his progress alone really makes him stand out even amongst the greatest rookies ever. And quite frankly,
none of this is cap.
I never witnessed these other players play in their rookie seasons. I wasn't there to see it in real time.
This man pulled a one leg. Nah, he really a demon. He's a demon.
And of all the rookies I have seen over the last 15 years or so, Wembanyama is way ahead of all of them. Is this a terrible argument to make here? Sure. Does that change my pick? No. if you can ignore what we know about these players outside of their first season in the league, and if you had to choose one of them, I think...
Alright, so if you're going strictly based on rookie year and like no other years and like what they turned into, I can see why you would pick him. But like, that's just so crazy to say though. Like, I don't know. Like, it's crazy coming out of your mouth.
I think
here,
Wemby would go first overall. At least for me, he would. By the time these other players came into the league, they were already relatively polished. Jordan was still pretty raw, and LeBron was playing off of sheer athleticism. But Wemby is having one of the greatest rookie seasons ever, and just by watching him, you can tell he's still just learning how to play in the NBA. So not only is he already incredible, he's just barely scratching the surface of his potential. Now, can this take come back to bite me in the ass? It sure can, but I don't care. If I could choose any player in NBA history based off of their rookie season and their potential and trajectory, I'm picking...
Yeah. Alright, so he changing my mind on this. Like, if I'm going strictly based off rookie season only, okay, then I might pick Wemby. Just cause like he already doing everything, bro. Like, he's literally already doing everything. He's 7'4". And it's like all this potential he has, bro, is just crazy. So it's like, I don't know, man. That's still just crazy to say, bro, because it's like this man has so much time left. Like, we haven't even seen what he's really gonna do yet, and it's just like, I don't even know, bro. But still, I get what he's saying.
Victor Wembanyama. Now, I don't know if this last take is even a hot one anymore, but it needs to be said. The 2017 Warriors are by far the best NBA team.
Yeah, it's not a hot take, bro. The Warriors with Kevin Durant and DeMarcus Cousins. Come on now, bro. What? It's not a hot take.
Not just the best team assembled, not the best team on paper. They are, by a pretty wide margin, the best, most cohesive team in NBA history. Over the years, people will argue that the 96 Bulls were better, or the 2000 Lakers, or if they're really out of their mind, they'll say the 86 Celtics.
No.
But no. The 2017 Warriors would dog walk any team you put in front of them. They were so good that it pissed people off. They were so good that everyone unanimously agreed that it wasn't even fair. It's been long enough now that the painful hopelessness that this team inflicted upon NBA fans around the world has subsided. But I'm sure we can all still remember just how overwhelming this...
Oh, I hated the Warriors. I hated the Warriors, bro. Like, this was so annoying, and like, bro, because everybody literally knew. Like, we all tried to pretend like another team was gonna win, or we pretended like something else might happen, but like, you literally knew who was gonna win the championship, bro. Like, it was just bad, bro. Like, it was bad.
This team
I hated this team.
They made really good teams look incompetent. I mean, they had everything. Arguably the greatest player in the world at the time, the greatest shooter ever at the peak of his powers, the most versatile defender in the league, arguably the second greatest shooter ever, and somehow still managed to have a very solid, well-rounded bench. And not only did they have the most talent, but all of that talent worked really well together. All of their skill sets and intentions meshed about as well as a team could. So not only were they the most loaded team in NBA history, they all bought in, and they all just wanted to win. So I not only...
Kevin Durant's so lame, bro. Kevin Durant's so lame. He'll never not be lame to this day, bro. Like, you lose a 3-1 lead to this team, but then you go to them, and y'all just become unstoppable. Like, bro. Fuck you, Kevin Durant.
Only think they're the best team ever. I don't even think it's close. Pick any other team to go against them, specifically the 2017 version of the Warriors, and the opposing team would be lucky to sneak 1, maybe 2 wins in a 7-game series. And those are 5 of my NBA hot takes. Hopefully I didn't alienate every NBA fan throughout this process. I just think it's only fair that after sitting on my high horse and judging everyone else's takes, I share a few of my own. So please go easy on me. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Corner 3 suck. And as always, until next time.
Alright, man. That was a pretty good video. I mean, some of these takes were crazy, but like, he explained himself in a way that made it... He tried to justify his takes, but I don't know. Tell me if y'all agree or disagree with him. Let me know if you like the video. Comment all that stuff. Click any of the videos on the screen. Follow TikTok and Twitter, and I'm see y'all later.